Thanks for tuning in to the Mr. Show. I'm redpillrixter. Just gonna get right into it, man. Why are not men approaching? Why are men not approaching women nowadays, huh? Let's find out why.
You know what I want to talk about, you guys? So I live in New York, specifically Brooklyn, and I be outside, enjoying summer as I should.
Right.
And I've been going to the block parties, all of that good stuff, day parties has been a time. But the problem is the men just stare at you. They just stare at you the whole time. They don't approach you. Mm-hmm. They don't want to get to know you. They don't want to, do you want to drink? It's just a staring contest the whole time.
Why?
I'm trying to figure out, how am I supposed to meet my future husband if the men are not approaching? Because I'm not approaching a man.
Right.
Like, it's giving the men want to be chased now. That's what it's giving, and I don't like it.
How come y'all are not shooting your shot in person anymore?
Uh-huh.
If men can't approach you in public, then where would they approach you? The answer to this question might be a lot simpler than it seems, but...
Alright, so this girl here has issues, okay? If anybody knows her, then please tell her that I redpillrixter, said she got some issues, bro. So, alright, so everyone else is like, why aren't they approaching? Why aren't they approaching? She has the best solution she feels. Check this out.
If men can't approach you in public, then where would they approach you? The answer to this question might be a lot simpler than it seems, but the answer is never. My life would be a lot less stressful if random men would not approach me in public and ask for my number. I'm not saying this doesn't happen to me every day. It doesn't happen super often, but when it does, it's extremely uncomfortable and makes me super paranoid about my surroundings. I am speaking for myself when I say that I do not enjoy being approached in public ever, especially if the man in question is twice my age, as he was in the scenario that is attached to this comment.
Okay. If the man is twice the age and is kind of creepy in that kind of way, I totally understand. All right? That's a flop. But otherwise, let's go.
And you never know what someone's true intentions are. And to be quite honest, I am not going to follow up because I do not want to find out what those intentions might be.
Okay.
Even if they are pure and innocent. I am not coming for this person. They may be asking just a genuine question. But again, if you're in a bar scene or a club scene, those kind of actions are kind of expected. That's somewhere where someone might approach you and flirt or whatever. But if I am minding my own business on my way to work.
So hold on a second. You will hear a lot of people give advice that says if you meet somebody in a club or you meet somebody in a bar, that's not the type of person that you'd say you're going to marry. And she's pretty much saying that's the only place that she would expect to be approached without it being creepy.
He needs some milk.
I do not want to be approached by someone and then they start prying into my life and ask for my number when they're old enough to be my father, especially when they're right outside of my office building.
All right, the age thing now is a whole different twist on this, and I agree with her on that. If the guy is too old or too young, then yeah, for sure. That's something that will be it's a deal breaker for her. So
and they know exactly where I work now. And a follow-up question to this might be, because I am single, well then if men don't approach you ever, how are you going to find someone? For me personally, that is at the absolute bottom of my priority list. I am not actively ever really searching for someone. If someone comes into my life and we get along and we want to...
How do they come into your life? It's creepy if anybody steps up to you.
He needs some milk.
Just talk to Ting, girl.
Start something, then that's one thing. And that's great. But I can guarantee you 99% of the time, that relationship is not going to start by a man twice my age, approaching me on the street while I am minding my own business and asking me for my number. Or even if he wasn't twice my age, literally just anyone. Again, you never know what someone's true intentions are. And
yeah, their true intentions might be good and you might be losing out on a good thing. Now you flopped yourself when you said, well, even if he's not twice my age. I mean, I was defending you for a quick second here, but now you sound like you just want to be unapproachable, but yet still you expect a man. Come on, which one is it?
I'm not going to stick around to find out what they might be. It's always scary and uncomfortable, even if it just seems innocent.
I like my guy friends, but I know in the back of my mind that they would want to so
take a good look at this guy's face throughout this conversation. He is her so-called friend.
I friends, but I know in the back of my mind that they would want to so I don't know,
What are some of the benefits women have from having guy friends?
Honestly, I don't know. I have to pretend that they don't want to And I just like we're just a guy friend.
Right.
We're just friends.
If you guys were walking on the street together and somebody came up and tried to rob you, do you expect him to try and protect you?
Yes.
Okay. If he's gonna risk his life for you, what's the equal benefit for him having a female friend?
That's a good question.
Look at his face. He knows exactly what he wants. She knows what he wants. And let's continue on.
That's a good question. What's a good benefit?
He knows.
He gets. What's a good benefit?
You potentially get some puss.
No, not for me.
It's a rough one, brother.
These new women, they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't do nothing. They just want to put their lashes on, get them lace fronts, look fly, do all of that stuff, but they know nothing about keeping a home. They know nothing about rearing children outside of dressing them up cute and putting them on Instagram dancing. Like, what do you know about being a mother?
Right.
And it goes back to these independent women from the 80s and the 90s.
Yep, as Beyonce's telling them to be independent and we don't need no men, soldiers, and all these kind of stuff. She's married, yo. She's married. Ladies, y'all fell for the trap, yo.
That did not teach their daughters how to be wives.
Because we never see it yet. I want back everything. Laptop, phone, everything. A 5-phone flood, I want back everybody. Name brand furniture, name brand bed, and name brand car. Everybody flood out, I want back everything. Baby can't catch meningitis. And shit water and gully water.
We are the only culture that does not teach our daughters to be wives. We teach our daughters to be independent women. We teach them how to be boss chicks. We teach them how to be everything else but a wife and a mother.
How many more divorce trials are we going to see where a 2-year-old ends up with $300,000 a month? Now, I don't know where y'all from, but there is no such thing as a 3-year-old who needs $300,000 a month.
Is it worth getting divorced over age 50?
Yeah. Absolutely. And I guess we would call this gray divorce, right? We actually get this as frequently, if not more frequently than any other age group. And I think in large part because once the kids are out of the house, now it's just you and your spouse.
Aha!
Where'd you come from?
Where you think I come from?
Under a rock.
And I think all the little issues that you were able to overlook for the past, 30 years, they've become big issues now, and you just can't overlook it anymore.
Right, because you never liked them in the start, but you're doing everything for the family. And now that the family, so-called, the young ones are gone, now everything is focused back on the two of you.
People now are living well into their 80s. When you're 50, you look at it like you've got 30 more years, you got 25 more years to be happy. And if you're not happy, get out.
So my final analysis of this is men want their woman to be, and women need their man to do.
You know what I want to talk about, you guys? So
That's a good one. Thanks for tuning in to the Mr. Show. I Red Pill Rixter. Tune in, like, and subscribe.